Coming up on this week's show, we find out if VW can revitalize the local sedan segment with the new Polo. The boot is enclosed, so you don't get any of the noise from the suspension or from the rear wheels coming through into the cabin. And as a result, you've got a more refined driving experience. The finalists in the 2023 SA Car of the Year competition are announced.
A conversation about an electric car would not be complete without the range discussion, and this one does between 350 and 450 kilometers on a tank.
And Juliet lives large in the Mercedes-Benz GLS.
And you just look super cool arriving in it. And this interior feels so luxurious and looks super luxurious as well, especially in this cream.
Hello and thank you for tuning into Ignition GT, your one-stop shop for the latest local and international motoring news and reviews. Joining me in studio to share their views is Njabulo Ngobo from Daily Sun and a new face on Ignition GT, although his voice is no stranger to the airwaves, and that is Jacob Mushokwa. Gentlemen, how do you do?
Hello, thanks for having us. How are you?
Good.
No, very good, very good, gents.
Good.
Thanks.
Starting us off though, what are you driving this week? I always love to ask that question.
I'm actually driving one of my own cars. You know how I like to do it? I like to do, 1 week a test car, 1 week my own car.
Yeah.
Actually driving a Toyota Taz.
Oh, nice.
Believe it or not, yeah.
Nice.
It's one of my flip cars because I do that on the side as well.
Very cool.
So yeah, very nice car, fuel efficient.
Yes.
And I love the fact that it's fuel efficient. I don't want to let it go actually.
How old is that Taz actually?
So it's a 2003 Taz with an aircon.
Wow.
Which has been amazing. I mean, it's been hot in Joburg for the past few days or few weeks.
Yeah.
So aircon, 8 o'clock in the morning in traffic, it's a breeze. It's beautiful.
Okay.
I do get tired of using my foot for the clutch, but you can't beat old school.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Future classic?
Definitely a future classic.
Yeah.
But I think the 1.6 Sport would be the one to buy if you've got extra money.
Yes. Makes sense. It makes sense. Jabala, what are you in this week, sir?
I'm currently in the Golf HR.
Oof.
Yes, it's big, it's bold,
It's
beautiful,
special.
Yeah.
and I'm loving it.
Oh,
I'm
man.
loving it in there. It's a different car altogether. I think it's gonna ruffle some feathers.
And what's the response been like? Because I know that Golf R, it's like you're driving a sports car on the road. People notice you, they stop you. And because it's not officially launched in our country, it's one of those cars that really grab attention. So are you a celebrity
does.
this week?
Good God, it
Yeah.
does. Attention.
Yeah.
I'm not an attention-seeking person, but trust me, I'm enjoying all the eyes, all the heads that are turning wherever I go, and I turn into that car. It's just unbelievable.
I knew the Golf R was very special. I was fortunate enough to drive it last week.
Yeah.
It was very special when the ladies that worked at Woodmead, at one of the dealerships, the VW dealerships, were flagging me down at the filling station like, dude, Abuti, where did you get this car? And I'm like, no, it's an official press car,
Yes.
VW South Africa. They're like, how are you guys so lucky? We work so hard in the dealerships and we don't even have a clue when we can even sell these cars to our customers. And even when you try and spec one online, you can't.
Can't. Yeah. Staying on VW though, something a little less exciting. Let's talk about our feature car for this week, which is the Polo sedan. Now, a VW Polo sedan is probably not the sort of car that sets the pulse of the average car enthusiast racing. And we don't blame you. In fact, in almost 15 years on air, we've never actually driven a Polo sedan. It was high time, therefore, to set the record straight. There was a time in South Africa where all the best-selling cars were sedans. Well, it seems that the makers of the people's car has given up on sedans entirely. Well, almost. Not before they give it one last bash. Because the traditional three-box design has fallen out of favor, VW has given this Polo sedan a dramatically sloping C-pillar, perhaps paying homage to the Arteon, which is no longer. This specific range-topping model comes with chrome bits up front, we've got 16-inch scimitar alloy wheels, and we've got this burgundy paintwork, which really gives the car an upmarket feel. If this beige interior isn't a throwback to a 90s Passat, I don't know what is. It does give the cabin a sense of airiness and space, but if you're planning to use this car for e-hailing or even for your family, this color scheme may be a bit impractical for you. I mean, I'm wearing beige pants and my pants already have marks on it, so can you imagine what this must be like with a 3-year-old? Anyways, besides all of that, everything here is as VW as you'd expect it to be. There's even a slick touchscreen infotainment system which gives us Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. My one bugbear, however, is these harsh plastics on the side. Although, where you do put your arm, it is padded quite nicely, so at least you've got that. Another throwback in this vehicle is the drivetrain setup. There's no turbochargers and there's no double clutch transmission. Instead, you get a 1.6 normally aspirated engine and a 5-speed manual gearbox. This engine produces 81 kilowatts and 152 Newton meters, but I'll tell you what, for the setup of this car, it's actually very smooth and it doesn't lack any power. And mind you, we are in the reef, so you can imagine just how much more sprightly this engine would feel if we're down in the coast. The one benefit that you get from a sedan is the fact that you get a quieter cabin space. That is because the boot is enclosed, so you don't get any of the noise from the suspension or from the rear wheels coming through into the cabin. And as a result, you've got a more refined driving experience. On the highway, you do wish that you had a 6 ratio. You do get the sense that this car's revving a bit high because it's a 5-speed, so for me, for a long trip, I'd rather have a 6-speed manual gearbox. But that being said, those are small little bugbears of mine. Overall, this car does tick certain boxes if you're looking for a competent daily driver that is going to take you and the family around with ease. And lastly, we have boot space. 521 liters of boot space to be specific. Try beat that with your SUV. So, is the VW Polo sedan the last sedan we'll see from VW? We certainly hope not, because this car is just as competent as its other siblings. Whether or not it's going to set the sales charts on fire still remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, there's still a space for a sedan in our country. Don't go away, because after the break, we find out what my esteemed colleagues thought about their time spent behind the wheel of the Polo sedan.
To give you the perception that the car's bigger, is they do the lighter interior. Okay.
And we meet the 21 finalists in the 2023 SA Car of the Year competition.
So this compact SUV has gotten a little bit more compact, but thankfully you don't feel it inside.